each person is like deeply shocked when a person says, you're actually not that nice. You're actually not that submissive. You're actually not a great leader.
I'm scared to tell them, hey, I ain't having an orgasm. You scared to tell him because you're going to hurt his pride. Hurt his pride today.
No, sis. If you date down, I don't care how strong you think you are. I don't care how locked in with God you think you are. He will begin to rub off on you.
This is an Iwegbus production.
Period. What's up, y'all? My name is Takesha.
And my name is Namdi.
And you are Pillow Talking with the Iwegbus. Episode 32.
32. What?
Yes, in the building. Let's get into this clip for today, right?
Yes, we're going to go ahead and get into this first topic. I want y'all to check out this clip right here.
Reflecting you. When you are single, you never have to answer the question, what's wrong with me? Everybody has asked themselves that question at some point in their life. What is wrong with me? Why do I keep doing that? But for a single person, this happens for you in community, what I'm about to say. For a married person, this happens with your spouse. So it's not that if you're single, this doesn't happen for you. It happens for you in community. It happens in a marriage with the individual spouse. But what happens is your spouse becomes a full-length mirror. My wife is me outside of me, looking back at me, talking to me about me. Single, I never have to answer the question, why am I like this? Or why do I keep doing this? Married, you outside of you, now looking back at you, talking to you about you, go, why do you keep doing that? And you can no longer run from yourself. Because that's not your spouse who is a different whole person asking you this question. This is actually you asking you this question and not resting until you finally give you an answer.
Yeah. So marriage being a mirror.
Yeah.
Saying that basically you are me looking back at me, telling me about me.
Yeah.
What do you think about that comment there from Tim Ross, babe?
Yes, I think it's true. I think it's incredibly true. I think that it reminds me of a situation where you had asked me a question that I was offended that you asked me. Like I was offended that you asked me this question, like, how dare you even ask me that? And then once I went in the prayer closet and a week later, I'm like, dang, that's true. That question was a question. He knew what the answer was, but it was one of those questions that just make you think. I was like, dang, that's really me. That's true. And I was so offended, but it was like, yes, that's in the pit of the bottom of my being knows that is true. And that is, you are me. It also reminds me of just like today, how we had the discussion where there was something that went on with work and you were bothered by it. And he was like, babe, don't worry about me, baby. I'm good. I'm gonna stay away. Like you do your thing. I'm like, baby, it does not matter. If you are not okay, I'm not. I'm like, we're literally one. And I'm like, even if I try to, like, if you can go around and your spouse is deeply depressed, bothered, upset, stressed, and you're just like, everything's okay over here. It's like, that's kind of a problem. Like, it bothers me when you're bothered. But even to go into this, I think that when you have a spouse that loves the Lord, and shoot, you don't even have to really, they ain't really got to be that close with God, even like that. They'll begin to call things out about you because they see you better than you see yourself. Because they are on the outside of you. So this is the same thing for relationships. When you're in a relationship and y'all are intimate, you're blind. And so someone on the outside has to go, sis, he's cheating on you. Like, you can't see that. You can't see that he goes over here every day at 3 p.m. and he acts like he can't answer his phone because, like, somebody as clear as day. Have y'all ever seen that where it's like, sis, he's cheating. Sis, he don't like you or she don't like him. You ever see a couple where you just like, that don't make sense. But when you're in there, you just don't know. And I feel like that's the same for marriage. There are parts of me that, oh my goodness, would have never been revealed, I don't want to say never, but it would have been very difficult to been revealed and exposed had I not been married. And had I not been married to a man that actually is not afraid to tell me the truth, had I not been married to a man that, is integral and wants to see me grow. And so I feel sorry for people who spouse wants to share something with them and they're just closed off and from top to bottom, like, nah, that ain't me. And it's like, you're literally sleeping with him every day, all day. That's your husband. He knows you. Even what he said with community. Like for married people, it's your spouse. Your mirror is your spouse. For single people, it's your community. This is why it is so important not to just have any type of community, but for singles to have iron sharpening iron community. Because what we have seen with like coaching couples, just being in this whole marriage thing for as long as we have been, is we see two single people who get together and each person is like deeply shocked when a person says, you're actually not that nice. You're actually not that submissive. You're actually not a great leader. You're actually not. And they're like, what? Whoa. And it's like, yeah, because you're literally hearing this for the first time. I don't care how many relationships you've been through. When you start kind of getting in serious relationships, and then especially marriage, if you're hearing it for the first time because you didn't have iron sharpening iron conversations, it's going to be even more difficult for you to really take what they're saying. And it's love. It's really love for someone to be like, hey, sis, you might want to work on that. Hey, bro, you kind of not this, and that, because so I think it's such a crucial thing for a single person to not just have friends, have a friend that is not afraid to call you on your ish. So when you get married, sis, when you get married, bro, you ain't gonna be this blinded 0% of self-aware person, and now your spouse got to deal with a child that has never been told anything is wrong with them. Don't be that person. Get community, get locked in, get iron sharpening iron community.
I think the big thing, especially for singles, first off, I want to speak to the singles. Yes, like she said, get in a great community. And when they tell you something, okay, if this is your people, like you locked in with them and you trust them, when they tell you something, believe it. One of the things that I was telling somebody this is, you want to believe the outside people's eyes, the people that you trust, better than your own. Especially if you've been intimate. Because right now you foggy. You're believing. You red flag ignore. Like you going past it. I'm telling you it. I'm telling you this because I lived it. All right. So I'm not telling you somebody that did it perfect. No. Let me tell you, when the flesh got to going, I wasted so much time in my single season because I didn't believe others outside of me saying, hey, bro, that's a little crazy. She don't, hey man, she kind of
crazy,
pessimistic, and my girl kind of noticed it. Nope, ignore. Okay. Because again, I'm foggy. I cannot see it. So, man, get a group of people that you truly trust to just really that can be your eyes, like bringing them around. Hey, what do you think about her?
And believe when they tell you.
Yeah, but that's the part that's really, again, that's what I want y'all to know. Get somebody that you truly trust. You've seen them, you've seen the fruit in their relationships, and it's been really good. Especially, I would say single people should be around some more married people, because that's what you intend to be, right? What did you say that Kevin Sam used to say to sisters?
Single women keep single women single.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I want to be a millionaire, I might want to hang with some more millionaires. I want to get in the rooms that I want to eventually be. So you want to put yourself around. Maybe if you're single, yes, you got some single homies, okay, but you want to start surrounding yourself with some married brothers, because you need to know how do I act when I actually get there. I want to start practicing before.
That's good.
What should I be looking for in a wife? I want to start practicing looking for that right now before. Get around. If you're single, get around some married brothers. For ladies, married sisters when it comes to it. But I think that, with marriage being a mirror, that's so true. I used to get upset when we would be in any type of counseling session, and I just felt like the counselor was always on my head. I'm like, y'all don't see nothing with her. Y'all don't see nothing with her.
She's perfect.
But as I got into marriage, and what I started to notice is my wife will take on my likeness. Like, she will start kind of being like me. She's not going to be fully me, but she'll start to take on some of my acts. So for instance, she's told you guys before, one of my routines I had before I even met her is I get up early in the morning, stretch, pray, I read the Bible. That's just been a regular routine. That wasn't necessary. She had a time when she did hers. I don't think it was in the morning.
Definitely not.
It wasn't in the morning.
No.
She wasn't morning.
It was midnight hour.
Right. But after a while, she started taking on that. If I get up and I get to the gym early in the morning, guess what my wife gonna do?
Right behind
She gonna be right behind me eventually.
And I'm competitive, so.
But on the other side, if I do the opposite,
yeah,
she's gonna do that same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever the head does, the body will follow. So, men, that's just a message to you as far as that goes. But also, the side that was really irritating for me was you were telling me things that I did not. Some of it I didn't see. Some of it was reoccurring things that I had heard about, but I didn't believe it till I was married, because now I couldn't play the whole breakup off and on game.
Had to be here.
See, I used to do that. I used to do the whole breakup off and on. You know, you get on my nerves, I'm gone. But when you have to stick in there with somebody, you don't got no other option. You can't go mess with anybody else. Like, you have to stick in there, and they're gonna see every little thing about you. And that's why I believe that marriage is one of God's greatest sanctification tools. Is marriage. Because he will start to prune those things that are not like Jesus. He will prune those things up out of you. That selfishness, it gotta go. Compromise has to step into the room. Else y'all gonna be butting heads all the time.
For sure.
Your way all the time. It just has to go. Okay. Those little things that you do, that other partner is going to point that out continuously. And if you do not handle it, you'll have a contentious household. You will always be in conflict with each other. So you would tell me certain things, and I'm like, guess what? I got to work on it. I have to work on me, because I'm the only store that you can shop at. You can't go holler at nobody else. You can't go get acts of service for nobody else. You can't go get affection from somebody else. Affection meaning like, oh man, I get it in all day. No. Affection, like holding her hand or rubbing her back. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that I was like, oh, I didn't know that was. I did not even know.
Nandi thought grabbing breast and booty was affection.
Hey, that's what I thought was affection. These are things that I would have never grown. I would have never grown into being a better leader. One of the things that I had to notice about myself was I would be more committed to work or serving at church than I was in the house. You don't have that unless you got a mirror. Unless it's somebody who says, hey, or you seems like you more in love with the church. Seems like you know how to talk to the people that you managing, but you straight up don't know how to talk to me. How about you bring some of that home? So again, you do not have those things. And I want to encourage somebody right now, because there's a spouse who may be watching this right now and you've been silent. You're hurting your partner. Every bit of you, when you're being silent, when you're being passive, when you're not speaking up, you're hurting them. You just letting them run all over you. The woman who isn't getting the intimacy that she wants, who's scared to tell them, hey, I ain't having an orgasm. You scared to tell him because you're going to hurt his pride. Hurt his pride today, tonight, soon. Okay, you can't go nowhere else. It's for life, homie. It's for life. What? That's what I had to recognize. It's for life. And if I'm going to be here for life with you, oh man, we got to fix some things. Now, you're not going to change nobody. There's some things that you saw. You might have ignored, if y'all was getting it in. You might have ignored in your courting season or your dating, whatever it is that you want to call it. It might have been some things that you ignored, and you knew that. You knew you married that potential. Reality's here. Not much you could do about it. Pray fervently. That's what I would say. But it's somebody, again, who's suffering in silence. Speak up, because they don't know what you need unless you speak about it. They don't know that they do that thing. He don't know that he leaves his clothes out on the floor all the time. I used to do that. Like, I didn't even know that until you came in my life. I was like, for real? I feel like I was so clean. I feel like I was the cleanest brother there was.
You are clean, babe.
I'm clean, but
you're just a little messy.
Yeah. You was just on my head. Like, you like to clean like every day. I had once a week when I was single that I would clean.
I have to clean every day.
Yeah, you clean.
It's not just
all the
me.
time. Yeah. So again, somebody suffering in silence. Speak up, man. Because again, married, like you're the only one who can help them see that thing. Also, again, you the only one who could let them see maybe some things that they may not be seeing that's great about themselves. You called me out. You said knock knock. Namdi that's in there. You're a great leader. She been calling me pastor forever. She had my kids calling me pastor and all that. And then I finally did these personality tests here within the last year, and all of them say shepherd. Now, pastor don't mean that I gotta have a church or anything, y'all. That just means I got a shepherd's heart. I really do. Like, I love people, and I will work with people, and I'm very patient with people. That's I got a pastor's heart. But yeah, those things I would not have seen without you. Some of those great things. You told me you a manager before I walked in there and I did the interview. I remember that. I did not see that about myself. I said, I don't know why they want me to have this store. Like, I don't think I'm really ready. He was like, baby, what? You're ready. And so that's the type of pushing you encourage them. So that's a few ways that you can be a mirror right there.
First of all, the spirit of the Lord is here. Y'all go ahead. His cash app is
Come on.
What? That was so good. It was so many points that you said. Y'all, I hope y'all are getting blessed by this, because nobody's talking like this. First and foremost, nobody is being as real as you, especially as a man. To like one point that you were talking about, like, okay, you act right at that job though, but you don't act right at home. Like, that is just such a big point. But
can you pin it?
I wrote it down.
No, that's one of the things this year that God told me. See, I love serving. I love jumping on somebody's praise team, the choir. That's in my heart. That's what I do. God told me, listen, number one, you have a thing of people pleasing and overcommitting. I want you to know that about yourself. So he pointed those things out to me. Yeah. But he said, this time right now, you're going to serve your church. When they need some men here and there, you will. And then also you're going to serve them with your finances as well. Right. You'll be able to do that. But no, I want you to go as hard as you be going at that church. I want you to do that with her. I want you to do that with those kids who want to see you take them out and do some things and create some memories. I want to see you lead there, do that there, and then go there. Because a lot of people can go to these places like jobs, get a bunch of praise, and they love it because you get accolades there and pats on the back. Yeah. But if you losing at home, if your wife, whatever your wife is saying about you, that's what's real. Yeah, that's who you are. And if she can't speak highly and say, "Oh no, he's a great leader. Mm-hmm. Oh no, he's always willing to serve in his household. He's doing the dishes. He's sweeping. He's putting the kids to sleep. He's putting them in the tub. Yeah. I mean, he's on his stuff. Yeah. He's making sure I feel loved and getting the affection all I need." You losing for real if you're not getting that. You're getting accolades at work. You're getting your trophies, and you're not winning that, man. You're not winning for real in life. So I said, God told me, no, do it here. Do it here because you go hard at those places. And then I'll put you back out. I'll send you back out there to do those things.
That's so good. I don't even know if I should. I'm like trying to like sense the Holy Spirit. I think he's telling me that's it. Like that was just so good. I guess I'll quickly say what stood out to me with what you were saying is, women, sis, this is why you don't need to date down. Going back to what you said, she saw me up every morning on my face praying. And although she prayed, she then made it a routine to make sure she did it in the morning too. And that is true. And he said, if I would have been doing something else or something crazy, she would have done it too. And most women will argue and say, no, if I'm a woman of God, that's what it is. No, sis, if you date down, I don't care how strong you think you are. I don't care how locked in with God you think you are. He will begin to rub off on you, whether that's laziness, whether that is a laxy daisy way in his relationship with God. Like, you're teaching him about the Lord and you think that he's about to lead you in marriage when it comes to your walk with Christ. It's so many examples of women dating down and they married down and now they're not as on fire for God as they once were. They're not on fire. They're not as prophetic. They don't have that authority anymore. All they are is pissed off at their husband that they ain't what they thought they was going to be or who they thought they could build them to be. And so that's what stood out to me when you said that. I'm like, man, that is true. Because I dated a smoked out dude before you and I was smoked out right with him. Like, that's just what it is. Like, it doesn't matter when you have a man. and it's just the way that our tendencies are. We follow, whether we even notice it or not.
Yeah,
we follow. And so I just wanted to point that out, because I think you hit everything on the head, like so perfectly. Yes, we are the mirror. And the last thing is, this is why it pays to have a man that is not scared of you, and a man that isn't lower than you. Because when you date down and you date a passive man, and you date a man that's scared of you and he can't say much to you, sis, you don't become a better woman. Think you want a man that's just gonna sit back and be quiet. I know y'all pretend to want a man that's gonna lead y'all. Y'all really don't. Y'all don't want a man to lead y'all. Y'all don't want a man to really correct you. Y'all hate that. Y'all fight against that. You rather a passive man, but not knowing, when you get those passive men as a woman of God, when you get a man that's weaker than you spiritually, oh honey, it is going to be so evident in you. You think you stronger because you know more scripture, but you're emotionally immature. You don't know nothing about yourself. You cannot be corrected. You don't have no accountability partners. You think you know it all. You treat your husband like a son. Like, you don't want to date down. The whole spouse being a mirror works when y'all are equal, at least equal spiritually, so that they can be seeing you through a godly lens as well.
This is an Iwegbus production.
Period.
Hey, thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you could do us a huge favor, please hit that like button and please subscribe.
Yes, and please do not forget to hit that notification bell. We need y'all to be locked in every single time we drop this fire content. Yes. Also, we need y'all to follow us on all social media platforms at the Iwegbus. And look, we will see y'all on the next video.